Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Vande Guru Nisha Bhakta Nisha Nisha Vatarakan Tat Prakasham Tat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Sangyakam Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodito Gaurade Pushpavanatau Chitrau Sandau Tamonudau Granthira Arambha Kori Mangalacharana Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tinera Smarana Hoya Vigana Vinashana Anayasa Sapal Nija Vanchita Purana Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So we are reading today Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila Chapter 7 text 75 onwards. Mahaprabhu is responding to the questions of Prakashananda Saraswati. Ita boli ek shloka shikhaila more kanthe kori e shloka kariya vichare. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. After describing the potency of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, my spiritual master taught me another verse, advising me to always keep it within my throat. Harir Nama, Harir Nama, Harir Nama eva kevalam, kalau nasteva, 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 gatir anyatha. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. For spiritual progress in this age of Kali, there is no alternative. There is no alternative. There is no alternative to the holy name, the holy name, the holy name of the Lord. This is where that famous verse comes from, Lila Chapter 7, text 76, which we have heard many, many times. So, the Guru, Vishwar Puri, the Guru of Lord Chaitanya, gave him this. Let's read the purport. For progress in spiritual life, the Shastras recommend meditation in Satya Yoga, sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Lord Vishnu in Treta Yoga, and gorgeous worship of the Lord in the temple in Dwapar Yoga. But in the age of Kali, one can achieve spiritual progress only by chanting the holy name of the Lord. This is confirmed in the various scriptures. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, there are many references to this fact. In the 12th canto, 3.51, chapter 3, text 51, it is said, Kaleerdoshe nidhirajan astiveka mahan guna kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangha param braje. In the age of Kali, there are many faults, for people are subjected to many miserable conditions. Yet in this age, there is one great benediction. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can be freed from all the material contamination and thus be elevated to the spiritual world. The Narada Pancharatra also praises the Hare Krishna Mahamantra as follows. Trayo Veda Sad Angani Chandamsi Vividah Suraha Sarvam Ashta Ashtaksharantastham Yachanyad Api Vanmayam Sarva Vedanta Sarartha Samsaranava Taranah. The essence of all the Vedic knowledge, comprehending the three kinds of Vedic activity, Karma Kan, Gyan Kan, and Upasana Kan, the Chandas or the Vedic hymns, and the processes for satisfying the demigods is included In the eighth syllable, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. This is the reality of all the Vedanta. The chanting of the holy name is the only means to cross the ocean of nescience. Similarly, in the Kali Santarana Upanishad states, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This 16 names composed of 32 syllables are the only means to counteract the evil effects of Kali Yuga. In all the Vedas, it is seen that to cross the ocean of nescience, there is no alternative to the chanting of the holy name. Similarly, Sri Madhvacharya, while commenting upon the Mukunda Upanishad, has quoted the following verse from the Narayana Samhita. Dvapariyarjanairvishnu Pancharatristu kevalai kalau tu nama matrena pujyate Bhagavan Harihi. In Dwapar Yuga, one could satisfy Krishna or Vishnu only by worshipping him gorgeously according to the Pancharatriki system, but in the age of Kali, one can satisfy and worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, simply by chanting the holy name. In this Bhakti Sandarbha, text 284, Srila Jiva Goswami strongly emphasizes the chanting of the holy names as follows. Nanu Bhagavan Namatmaka Eva Matrai Tatra Visheshen Tatra Visheshenan Namah Sabdabi Alankrita Shri Bhagavat Srimad Rishibhis Chahita Shakti Visheshaha Shri Bhagavata Samam Atma संबंध विशेष प्रतिपादकस् च तत्र केवलानि श्री भगवान् नामानि अपि निरीक्षापानि एव परं पुरुषार्थ फलप्रयन्त दान समर्थानि ततो मन्त्रेषु नामतो अपि अधिका समर्थये लब्धे कथं दीक्षादि अपेक्षा उच्यते यदि अपि स्वरूपतो नास्ति तथापि प्राय स्वभावतो देहादि संबंधेन कदर्या शीलनं विक्षिप्त चित्तानां जनानां तच्छक्नोषि कर्णया श्रीमद् ऋषि भृतिभिर् अत्रार्चना मार्गे क्वचित् क्वचित् कचित् कचिन् मर्यादा स्थापित asti. Sorry about my bad pronunciation. It's a long prose. Maybe someone can complete the purport. It's a quite long purport from these two paragraphs.
I can read Prabhuji. Harusan devotees, Donald Pranam, all blessed Srila Prabhupada. Srila Jiva Goswami states that the substance of all the Vedic mantras is the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Every mantra begins with the prefix Nama, Om, and eventually addresses by name the Supreme Person of Godhead. By the supreme will of the Lord, there is a specific potency in each and every mantra chanted by great sages like Narad Muni and other rishis. Chanting the holy name of the Lord immediately renovates the transcendental relationship of the living being with the Supreme Lord. To chant the holy name of the Lord, one need not depend upon other paraphernalia, for one can immediately get all the desired results of linking with the Supreme Personal Godhead. It may therefore be questioned why there is necessary for initiation or further spiritual activities in devotional service for one who engages in the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. The answer is that although it is correct that one who fully engages in the chanting the holy name need not depend upon the process of initiation Generally, a devotee is addicted to many abominable material habits due to material contamination from his previous life. In order to get quick relief from all this contamination, it is required that one engage in the worship of the Lord in the temple. The worship of the deity in the temple is essential to reduce one's restlessness due to the contamination of conditioned life. Thus, Narad, in this Pancharatrika Vidhi and other great sages have sometimes stressed that since every conditioned soul has a bodily concept of the life aimed at sense enjoyment, to restrict the sense enjoyment, the rules and regulations for worshipping the deity in the temple are essential. Srila Rupa Goswami has described that the holy name of the Lord can be chanted by liberated souls, but almost all the souls we have to initiate are conditioned. It is advised that one chant the holy name of the Lord without offenses and according to the regulatory principles, yet due to their past bad habits, they violate these rules and regulations. Thus, the regulatory principles for worship of the deity are also simultaneously essential. Back to Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So thank you all for joining. This is a very, very famous verse. We all have heard it at least hundreds of times. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is quoting his guru and responding that in this age of Kali, there is no other way, no other way, no other way. What is the only way? Harinam, 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 Eva Kevalam. Kalau naste, naste. Like 3 times, emphasis on the positive. Harinama, Harinama, right? If we see, mentioning Harinama once, Harinama twice, and then thrice Harinama. So emphasis on the positive, and also mentioning that there's no other way, no other way, no other way. Gatiranyatha, right? For progress. So it is very, very clear. And Srila Prabhupada is quoting another wonderful, many, many other verses, and how in the Bhagavatam, in the Chandogya Upanishad, in the Shvetashvara Upanishad, in so many Upanishads, quoting that the Hare Nama is the only thing. This 32 syllable, 8 names, 16 names. So, Hare Krishna. So in this holy name, there is no other name. Like in other mantras, there is Nama, Nama, so Krishnaya Namaha. So there is the word Krishna, Om Krishnaya Namaha, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So there are other mantras too. But sometimes there are some mantras, there is the bija, there is upanyas and different portions. But in this mantra, all the names, 1, right? Let's count. 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 6, 7, 8. So 8 in the first line, and then 8 in the next line. It's all repeated. 9, 10, 11, like that. 16. These are the 16 names. Each has 2 syllables. Ha, re, kri, Krishna, ha, re. So each has 2 syllables. Sorry, no, it is 32 syllables. So 4 syllables, right? 8. Am I bad? 16 names. Yeah. So each line has 8 names. So 8 times 16 names, 2 syllables each. So it becomes 32 syllable. There's no nothing. There's no Namo. There is no Swaha, right? This is pure, unalloyed Krishna's name. And that's the special benediction of this age. And therefore, Srila Prabhupada emphasized on this chanting of the holy name. Now, Srila Prabhupada actually, the acharyas are emphasizing, the Shastras, Guru Sadhu Shastra, all are emphasizing, and Prabhupada is just repeating that as it is for our benefit. Now, one may say, okay, if holy name is everything, then why do we need to do arti or worship deities or read Bhagavatam, etc.? So then the example is shared. It's like, consider a train, right? A train goes on two tracks, right? So the two tracks are the 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 Bhagavat Vidhi, and then the
Pancharatra Vidhi.
Pancharatrika Vidhi. Or also called as Narada Pancharatra, Pancharatriki Vidhi, which tells more about the do's and don'ts of deity worship. Now, a sadhaka, which means all of us, need to carefully walk like a train. The train of bhakti runs smoothly when we engage on these path. So imagine this is like our journey. So if we just say, no, I'll just chant. We're not like Haridas Thakur. You can always just chant 24/7. And someone says, no, I'll just worship deities. I'll not chant. I like to do deity worship. That is fun. But I will not chant. So then also that won't be very much sustainable. So what is the idea? The balanced way to regulate our mind, chant the holy name without offenses, and follow the rules and regulations. Then it's a healthy balance for the sadhaka, which means all of us. And Prabhupada gave this holistic system where we have arati, where we have reading time, where we have sangha, we have Sunday program, festivals, book distribution, prasad distribution, Rath Yatra, and Damodar month, and so many festivals, Ram Navami, Gita Jayanti, so much. There is emphasis on chanting, emphasis on deities, emphasis on prasad, emphasis on Vaishnavas in a very balanced way. So all we have to do, the acharyas have given everything and brought, like the medicine is ready. All we have to do is open our mouth and take that, and that's it. So a lot of emphasis on holy name chanting in these verses. Anyone has any comments, thoughts? Me. Okay, we will read the next verse. So if anyone would like to read, please. 677.
I can read. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Chapter Adilila, chapter 7, text 77. E aggapaya nam loi anukkhan, nam loite loite mor bhranto hoilo mon. Translation by His Divine Grace, Avacharana Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila. Translation. Since I received this order from my spiritual master, I always chant the holy name, but I thought that by chanting and chanting the holy name, I had been bewildered. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying how he was feeling just by chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, back to you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhupada. There is no purport to this verse. A Agya. So receiving the the holy name by the order of the spiritual master. Guru gives the mantra. So this is not a self-concocted mantra. It's coming from the Guru Parampara. Nama laite laite mora bhranta hoila man. Lord Chaitanya was saying this. It's kind of very similar to the other verse we were reading the other day. And where was that? I don't recall. I opened it. Japite mana hoila pagal. Right? You remember we covered that. So it's kind of similar.
1.7.81.
178. Which
7.81.
কিবা মন্ত্র দিলা গোসাই কিবা তার বল জপিতে জপিতে মন্ত্র করিল পাগল.
In Adi Lila, huh?
1.7.81.
Okay, so right there. It's here.
This one also
Okay. Okay, so it's going to come actually very soon. Okay. Good. I didn't realize it's in the same chapter. So quite similar to this words, man, hoila, pagal, right? Mantra, korila, pagal. In Bollywood or Hollywood, they make songs, so I'm mad in love. But actually, that's mad and not love, it's lust. But here we see devotees become mad in love with Krishna by chanting. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, if one chants this holy name, one will become mad in love. Mora Bhranta Hoila Man. The mind which is fickle, jumping from one branch like a monkey to, from one branch to the other. Right now it's bewildered by Maya. But when we sincerely chant, the more we chant, the more we will get attached to the holy name. Very simple. To develop attachment to someone, what is the secret? If we have to develop attachment to some object or some person, what is the secret? What we should do? Any thoughts? If we want to develop attachment to someone or connection to someone or some object, some person.
More association.
More association with them, absolutely. Let's say if someone watches football day and night, like 10 hours a day, naturally they will develop attachment to football. Is it not? So yes, their quality and quantity of their interaction. If it's the person, holy name is a person, right? Nama Prabhu, Harinam Prabhu ki jai, we say. Holy name is a person. It's not different from Krishna. So if we want to develop attachment to Krishna or holy name, it will be dependent on our quantity and quality. So how much we are doing and with what mood are we doing? So quantity is important, quality is more important, and a healthy blend of both will lead to good attachment. So the more we chant and with more devotion, humility, and service attitude we chant, naturally one will develop attachment. It will not happen overnight. I'm just saying these things so I can also one day develop that attachment to purely chant. But the formula is clear, as Lord Chaitanya is sharing here. This is the way we can be free from material bewilderment and be closely connected to Krishna. And let our mind be mad in love with Krishna or mad for holy name. Through quantity and quality of our attachment or chanting. His Holiness Navyogendra Swami Maharaj, when he came here, he says this in Hindi. Tu itna naam le, itna jap kar, itna jap kar, itna jap kar ki had kar de. कि यमराज भी तेरा खाता रद्द कर दे. So chant.
Prabhuji, this is Navyogendra Swami Maharaj's favorite thing. I think I have heard this in every lecture of his. He definitely mentioned that.
Yes. When he came here, I think you were in India, right? You were not here?
No, Prabhuji, I was in India when he visited here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He went to
Yeah,
your
but
home too.
always Maharaj's lectures, if whenever you will hear, he always talks about, Harinam, the power of Harinam, and he'll always say this, itna jap kar ki had kar de ki Yamraj bhi tera khata rad kar de.
So true. Yeah, we missed you at that time. Prabhuji was there, and Maharaj should go to your home for some time.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Maybe next time I'll have the opportunity to take blessings from him.
Wonderful, certainly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Maharaj says this, and it really is so appropriate here. The more we chant, Yamraj will also kind of burn all the records of our past karma, past misdeeds. Of course, we don't chant, it's not like okay, I have done 2 bad things and now I'll chant 2 rounds and it will nullify. That's actually a nama aparad, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. That's not right. But knowingly, unknowingly, whatever, mistakes we may have made, सर्व धर्मान परित्यज्य माम एकम शरणम व्रज अहम त्वाम सर्व पापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि शुचः. The Lord will forgive. Ma shuchah. Do not fear, do not lament. So this is the secret. The weapon of holy name, as Ansh Prabhu was mentioning day before, right? With the weapon of holy name, we can kill the Ravana, Kumbhakarna within. Sango Pangastra Parshadam, Yagyai Sankirtana Prayajanti Hi Sumedasaha. The Lord has come with his weapon of holy name to destroy the demons in Kali Yuga in our heart. Any other thoughts, comments anyone has? Text 78. Let's read the next one. Anyone would like to read?
I can read from it.
Yes, please, Mataji.
Text 78. Hoi to hori sinari hori damun mato. Hashi kandi nacha gai. Joiche madhumatto. Translation by Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada is there. While chanting the holy name of the Lord in pure ecstasy, I lose myself. And thus I laugh, cry, dance, and sing just like a madman. Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. धैर्य धरिते Nari. The holy name is so powerful. Just by chanting purely, Lord is saying, these are the different symptoms of ecstasy, actually, which pure Vaishnavas show by their example. Actually, they don't like to publicly display, but sometimes hasi, kandi, like crying, simultaneously crying, laughing, dancing, jumping up and down, singing loudly. Hasi, kandi, nachi, gai, yaiche, madamatta. So now materialists are also called sometimes madamatta, maddened by ego, right? But spiritualists are also, see, pure devotee here, Lord in the role of their Madhamatta means they are mad in love of Krishna. This is pure love, mad in pure love. Like a madman in the material world, you know, will look crazy in his own world, not caring who's there, what he's doing. He's in his own world, as we say, right? Hmm? He doesn't bother. He doesn't bother to what the circumstances, the surroundings are. He doesn't care. Like Avadut also, madman. So here the Lord is, and we should also not feel shy. Of course, we should not externally try to imitate and just act. You know, some people they try to. Actually, I saw in even Mayapur temple one time. One person, was trying to imitate. Some local person came and started rolling on the floor in the temple premises. Like I was like not able to comprehend. And then it was a Mataji kind of rolling on the floor, and then some senior devotee Mataji came and kind of picked her up and kind of took to the side. So, and later, it was found that it was just trying to imitate. So that imitation is not good. Imitate like rolling on the ground, like sort of imagine if we go and suddenly people start rolling on the ground, and it will, and suddenly a newcomer comes, a devotee, even if one has those symptoms, but will conceal it. And there are multiple examples of that. A devotee does not like to show his tears, even if they're genuine, and sometimes may come, but devotee will immediately, like even Prabhupada. Like we know this famous story that Prabhupada, when he went to this Atlanta temple, the Shri Gaurnita, what's the name of the deities? ISKCON Atlanta, Gaurnitai deities? Nitai, anyone knows? Nitai, Hari, Gaur, Hari. Excuse me, I'm not able to remember. With Gaurnitai deities, Prabhupada said, a new Panihati Dham, ISKCON Atlanta is called. And Prabhupada was rolling, was crying in tears. Over there, deities were looking so beautiful, so merciful. But Prabhupada didn't show that and immediately kind of, concealed that. And we see that in multiple instances. Even Murari Gupta, right? We see the famous example when he was the doctor, right? He was a doctor, and then the king called him, and he saw that the king was being fanned by the
That was Mukunda, Prabhu.
Mukunda. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. This is Mukunda, doctor. He was also a doctor, right?
Yes.
So he went to the king, and the king was being fanned by the peacock feather. Immediately seeing peacock feather, Mukunda was in ecstasy, and kind of had like a fit. But then actually it was pure ecstasy of love of God. But then the king asked, "Hey, what happened? What happened?" And then he said, "Oh, sorry, I have some, instability and fits. Please excuse me for my material." He didn't say, "Oh, it's because of my pure love towards Krishna." When I saw peacock feather, I was remembering Varaha Peedam Natavaru Karanayo Karandikaram Vibratavasa Kanaka. Right? You remember we learned that verse. He was not. He was thinking of the peacock feather on Krishna's beautiful Keshava, remembering Vrindavan and all those just by seeing the peacock feather. So here we see some of the symptoms of ecstasy. So in short, what we can do is follow what the acharyas have given, and that is chant, dance enthusiastically, make everyone dance as far as possible. Sing loudly. Enthusiasm is contagious. If we chant and dance, others will also feel inspired to chant and dance. If we are just sitting and standing on the corner, then what is this going on? When is prasadam going to begin? Then that mood will flow. So we should be very enthusiastic. to chant, dance. It inspires everyone, right? It inspires us, it inspires others. It inspires to bring the best out. Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Any comments here? Okay, 79. Anyone? Yes, any other Matajis? Okay, Poli Mataji, please, you can read this.
হরে কৃষ্ণ প্রভুজি। তবে ধৈর্য ধরি মনে করিল বিচার, কৃষ্ণ নামে জ্ঞানাচ্ছন্ন হইল আমার। And then translation, collecting my patience, therefore I began to consider that chanting the holy name of Krishna had covered all my spiritual knowledge. The purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hints in his verse that to chant the holy name of Krishna, one does not need to speculate on the philosophical aspect of the science of God, for one automatically becomes aesthetics and without consideration immediately chants, dance, laughs, cries, and sings just like a madman. Back to you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Poli Mataji, for reading this. So, the Gyanis think that the goal of life is to cultivate spiritual knowledge. But actually, that's not correct. The goal of life is not to just, or not, knowledge is far, far secondary, tertiary byproduct. The goal of life is to develop pure love for Krishna. And Krishna's holy name is not different. So we can say to develop love towards the chanting of the holy name. Because as Prabhupada said, 99% of our devotional life depends on how we chant. Gyan, big shlokas, our panditya, that's not the criteria for spiritual success. Materially, we may be able to impress people. Oh, I know a lot of verses. Oh, I can, recite Bhagavad Gita, all 700 verses. It will only impress, false people. Those who are not looking for true substance. Because as far as memorizing is concerned, a tape recorder can memorize, a parrot can memorize. But the real substance is attachment to Krishna or attachment to holy name. The Lord Chaitanya is saying that's the main thing. Had covered all my spiritual knowledge. So let's see what happens further. Next, or any comments? Okay, would someone like to read text 80? Anyone? Yes, Preeti Mataji, Vijaya Mataji, Bhaswati Mataji, any not read, any would like to read? Okay.
I can try.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
पगलह इलना आमी धैर्य नहीं माने एतच्चिंती निवेदितुन गुरुर कराने. Translation. I saw that I had become mad by chanting the holy name, and I immediately submitted this at the lotus feet of my spiritual master. Purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as an ideal teacher, shows us how a disciple should deal with his spiritual master. Whenever there is doubt regarding any point, he should refer the matter to his spiritual master for clarification. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that while chanting and dancing, he had developed the kind of mad ecstasy that is possible only for a liberated soul. Yet, even in his liberated position, he referred everything to his spiritual master whenever there were doubts. Thus, in any condition, even when liberated, we should never think ourselves independent of the spiritual master, but must refer to him as soon as there is some doubt regarding our progressive spiritual life. So, Prabhuji, what I understand from this is that our spiritual master or guru holds a very important place in our life. And whenever we are in doubt, or even like for anything, we should look upon to our guru first, and we should always be in their shelter. Back to you, Prabhuji.
Very well. Thank you for so nicely recapturing the essence in your words. And that's so well said. So that's the essence. Guru Karnadhara. Guru is like the Guru Parampara system, like GPS. This journey is so difficult. Nowadays we don't, especially when we are going to an unknown path. Right? Let's say you're going from here to ISKCON Atlanta, right? Maybe 7-hour journey. Will we just start driving without GPS? No, right? We'll make sure we maneuver, take the right turn, take the left turn, etc., and make sure we get to the right destination if we have the right GPS. Similarly, in life, we need, Prabhupada is saying, progressive spiritual life. So we're all progressing step by step, and we need guidance at every step. The guidance may change as per time, place, circumstances. The Prabhupada often, in many verses, emphasizes the need for spiritual guidance. No matter in what stage of bhakti a devotee may be in. When we are starting to hold the beads first time, it's a different kind of guidance. Then we start to offer bhoga, it's different kind of guidance. Then gradually one may get initiated. Initiate, diksha. Initiate means to begin, initiate. So initiate means we need even more guidance, more direction from our diksha gurus, shiksha gurus, so that we can, now the journey has officially begun. It's not, initiation does not mean perfection. Initiation is a very early milestone in the bhakti journey. Let's say if it's 1,000-mile journey we have to take, I'm just giving some analogy. It's initiation is maybe like at mile number 1. The 999 miles are yet to be there. Yes, we have taken from 0 mile, we have started. Now we are officially starting, right? That's basically initiation. Now I'm starting with a vow. I'm starting with surrender. I'm starting with a commitment. So one must take, as Lord Chaitanya is showing his example, he went to his guru with a humble, submissive attitude and submitted at his lotus feet. Nivedilo Gurura Charana. Charana, the C-A-R, the C is pronounced as Cha, Charana. Guru ke charan mein nivedan kiya. What nivedan? That I have become mad. So that nivedan we'll see in the next verse. But here the mood and the need for spiritual guidance is emphasized. What to speak of initiation? We see even in sannyas, the sannyasis in ISKCON have senior sannyasis as their guides. So can we imagine, like even at that stage, one should not think, oh, I am independent now. Now I'm a sannyasi. Now a lot of people look up to me. Oh, I have 10,000 followers or 20,000 followers. The moment, we feel actually to have someone to correct us is a great fortune. It's a very, very great fortune. That we have someone to correct us. We have someone, because when we have someone to correct us, that means that not with selfish or envious attitude, but that means with genuine, loving concern and care. I will share a few points from the art of giving and receiving feedback. I think you all get the magazine too, the Back to Godhead magazine. So I shared this in the kids class. The recordings are available. It's a long but discussion. The article you can read, but I would like to emphasize on this point. Unfortunate are those who do not have access to worthy advice. This is from the article by His Guru Darshan Prabhu. I just put that in a slide format. So unfortunate for those who do not have, those who feel, oh, I know better. That's basically Ravana mentality. I know everything. I know what to do. I know what's right. I can figure out things on my own. That's Arjuna in chapter 1 of Gita. I can figure out, I'll do, hey Krishna, hey, take me to the middle of the army. I'll do nirikshan, I'll do analysis, and I'll come to a conclusion. The conclusion was sorrow, give up life, give up everything. So unfortunate are those who do not have access to worthy advice or do not have selfless, loving, caring guru who are able to help, willing to help, and capable to help. But more unfortunate are those who care nothing for good advice when available. That means they, like you see multiple examples, like Vidura gave advice to Dhritarashtra, but he did not listen to. Duryodhana did not listen to. Ravana did not listen to the good advice of Vibhishana, Mandodari, etc. So what is the use of good advice when the person does not want to listen? So they're more even unfortunate. So the point here is that one should live under direction. One should live under direction, no matter, because a sincere person will always feel that I am vulnerable. I am prone to committing mistakes. I should live under direction of someone who is more mature, more sincere, and who can help me in my progressive journey. Right, Prabhupada, this is what progressive spiritual journey. We all need that. If the mind says, no, you don't need, maybe others, for newcomers, they need it. That's just a recipe for disaster. The more one progresses, the more one feel the need that, yes, I need direction more, so I don't commit mistakes. Because the humility should grow. Krame, krame. Any comments here? Any thoughts, reflections? So when in doubt, reach out. Right. Okay, let's complete this verse too. Yes, who would like to read? 81.
I can read, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, Srila Prabhupada. Text 81. Kiba mantro dila goshai kiba tar bol jopite mantro korilo pagol. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord, what kind of mantra have you given me? I have become mad simply by chanting this Maha Mantra. Purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prays in his Shastakam युगायितं निमेषेन चक्षुषा प्रवर्षयितं संज्ञायितं जगत् सर्वं गोविन्दा विरहेण मे. O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. It is the aspiration of a devotee that while he chants the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, his eyes will fill with tears, his voice falter, and his heart throb. These are good signs in chanting the holy names of the Lord. In ecstasy, one should feel the entire world to be vacant without the presence of Govinda. This is a sign of separation from Govinda. In material life, we are all separated from Govinda and are absorbed in material sense gratification. Therefore, when one comes to his senses on the spiritual platform, he becomes so eager to meet Govinda that without Govinda, the entire world becomes a vacant place. So beautiful translation and purport. Mahaprabhu, actually, this is that is the ideal way to chant the holy name, so that the tears can come to the eyes and thinking about Lord Govinda and forgetting this material world. But I don't know, in my life, in my case, Prabhu, when I'll chant, my tears will come in my eyes, when that day will come. And I heard from senior devotees that I was listening today His Grace Amaranda Prabhuji's lecture, and His Holiness Radha Govinda Maharaj, how he was ecstatic and how he left his body saying and chanting the Lord Sri Krishna, Radha
You
Krishna's.
said Radha Govind Maharaj Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu, Radha.
He is present. I think maybe some other devotee you might be referring to, but he is.
Prabhuji, sorry, maybe I misspelled the name. The Maharaj who actually left his body while he was talking about Sri Radha Krishna's pastime, and
Yeah, Gaur Govind Swami.
Sorry, very sorry. His Holiness Gaur Govinda Swami Maharaj, how ecstatic he was, and he was crying and crying and weeping when he was talking about someone asked about Radharani and Sri Krishna's meeting place in Kurukshetra, and how he was crying and explaining, and he was in ecstasy. So much power in holy name chanting, and his grace Prabhuji, I forgot his Prabhuji's name, who did that 24 hours kirtan at Vrindavan. His Grace Andhra Prabhuji. His Grace Andhra Prabhuji. He also he chants 116 rounds every day, and while chanting, he's also cry. He has a lot of emotions. That's what Prabhuji was telling. So it's holy name. Getting the taste of the holy name is so important. So that's what Prabhupada is explaining in this purport. Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very well, thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji. So, the mood of the gopis, as we see here, that without Krishna, a moment seems like 7 years. Why? Because Krishna is most dear to them. There's nothing more important. They're blaming Brahma, why you made the eyelids, right? For that tiny fraction of a second, how can we choose not to see Krishna? It just shows how much they love, how much attachment, love, bhakti they have towards Krishna. For a materialist, it could be family, it could be wealth, it could be job, property, position, or other things, material things. But that's why we are here, to transfer our consciousness from matter to spirit, from mundane fickle things of this world to the pure holy name. His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj used to mention this, that we have opened a crying school. ISKCON is like a crying school. How to cry genuinely for Krishna. Rather than we cry for so many things, is it not? We cry, someone loses their job, oh alas, why me? Someone meets with an accident, oh why I had to undergo this. Someone loses a family member, hi Krishna, you are so bad, you are so this, why you did this to my family? Someone gets a disease, why? So crying, we're crying for so many things. Is it not? But the goal of bhakti is to cry for Krishna. And when we are able to do that, that means we have some attachment to Krishna. So let's watch a quick video. Well, it's very short. The topic is how to cry genuinely for Krishna. It's only 3 minutes. We'll watch this.
When we lose something material, because then we cry. When we lose, so then of course Sadhu Guru, he makes us understand Krishna to at least we get some experience. But we didn't see Krishna directly, because as soon as we see Krishna directly, you say, then when we lose him, we will always.
Are you all able to hear?
Yes, we can hear. Little buzzy, but we can hear.
Okay. When we lose something, a devotee is asking question to His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami. When we lose something material, because we cry, right? Because we lose something material. So devotee is saying, yes, Maharaj is saying, yes, we cry. So then, of course, Sadguru, he makes us cry to understand Krishna. At least we get so much experience. But we don't see Krishna directly. Because as soon as we see Krishna directly, you say, then we lose. We will always be in anxiety and think, where is he? Where is he? So then only.
Be in anxiety. Where is he? Where is he?
Yes.
So then only.
Like a flash of lightning. Flash of lightning, yes. Krishna may someday show you like a flash of lightning. People, for a moment you chant pure name, there is a flash of lightning, very beautiful, Shamsundar for me. Flash before you. Then immediately disappear. Then cry. Oh, where it goes? I lost.
So before we see Krishna like that, we cannot generally cry. So what is our
you are
position?
crying. In material world, you are crying.
But how can we generally cry when we didn't have the darshan of Krishna yet? Only we didn't get his darshan. So we not feel that anxiety. We're so dull-headed. We cannot.
By hearing from sadhu. Hearing from sadhu, by association of sadhu, you should understand. And the sadhu who is always crying, so if you associate of sadhu, you cannot start crying. Because when in funeral ceremony, one man is dead, dying. So his all relatives, they are all crying. You go there, you start, you started crying. Means a crying atmosphere is there. This crying atmosphere is, one who goes there, he starts crying. So in such crying atmosphere, one who is crying for Krishna, even that atmosphere, he starts crying for Krishna. Yes. We always in that atmosphere, in that sadhu. Yes.
Only hope.
Only thing required. Otherwise, you cannot cry.
That's then the reason why such a devotee is so dear to Krishna, because he's the only one who can save people. No one else can save people. Only sadhu.
So nice. Completely forgetful of this material existence. is completely forgetful of material existence, his material body, his own existence, material existence, demands of body, eating, sleeping, depending. Everything is forgotten. Finished. So, how nice.
Hare Krishna. So that's a secret. By associating with the pure sadhu who is crying for Krishna. You also, Maharaj gives the nice example of when we're going to some, express condolence for some loss of a dear one. Everyone is crying, we also cry. So when we go to a genuine sadhu is crying, basically the qualities rub off. That's the Sangha, the Prabhava of Sangha. So we will pause here and continue tomorrow with the next verse. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Samavita Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Vancha Kalpatarukhyascha Kripasindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.